Good morning everyone, welcome to Lost Phoenix Gaming. We're home with tips, tricks, guides and tunes for Forza Horizon. Now I'm going to look at championships, retro tourism for a Toyota Celica 92. We've got Glen Rannoch Trail, Lakehurst Woodland Scramble and Greendale Foothills Scramble, all dirt racing events. So yeah, quite interesting, quite a good one. Retro tourism, get a nice Toyota Celica. So what shall I go for? I'll let Kira say her stuff first, and then we can start having a look at cars. There's a few I can go for. I have got the Celica 92 already. In fact, I've got a couple of them. So I've been in the game a few times. But what I will do is go for the Celica GT4 from 1994, because it's a lot easier to get. It's a lot cheaper on the auction house. It's about 300 to 400,000 credits. I've got a tune called Muddy Marv, and this is good. This is a good fun car. I've recommended it recently as well. I've used this quite a lot actually. And it's a funky little rally car, this is actually. It's one of those I didn't really expect it to be, but it actually is. It's a really cool rally car, and this will definitely sort you out for this one. I've got the car, got the share code for tune. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Glen Rannoch Trail. Difficulty in settings, I've got highly skilled, and I'm dropping traction stability off because it's rally. And if you're going to be messing around off-road on the dirt, I wouldn't recommend it on cross-country, but if you're messing around on dirt racing, traction and stability off definitely helps. Into second already. I think this is more of a road racing rally stage, a road rally stage, more than a gravelly, dirty, muddy rally stage. But it doesn't matter, I can still sort of do it in this car. I'm in second, come up to this corner, let's try and drop the brakes, but end up hitting the wall. And again, hitting the barriers. I'm into first now, so I'm running around here without any problems. Let's go up here, carefully does it, and into the barriers. Yeah, we are off-road a little bit, so that's alright. We're on the gravel, so that's fine. Just going around here, crashing into a few things on the first part, but that's probably just me trying to race ahead. But now this is a good car. Just give it a bit of braking into the barriers. Never mind. This isn't actually a bad championship. You get the 92 version of this, which is actually a lot... Well, it's not harder to get. It's just a lot more expensive to get. This 94 version sells for about 300,000 to 400,000 at the moment on the auction house. The 92 version you get for this, last time I looked, was selling for about 12 million, although I do suspect the price will drop, probably to around 6 million, maybe 7 million. I'm coming up here. Carefully does it. Don't hit the barrier. Go round. Yay, I've got a corner. I never hit the barrier. Fantastic. Give it some acceleration down the hill. Got to do a bit of braking here. Try not to hit the barrier, although I'm definitely going to hit the barrier. This is not good. I'm always it's smashing and crashing into stuff, you know. This is sort of a masterclass on how not to drive well. It is. It's how to win a championship, but technically it's a really crappy drive. But never mind, nobody watches this for how to drive well. They watch this stuff for how to win championships, how to get rewards. And with this one, I'm just flooring it into the... No, I didn't hit the barrier. Okay, preempting myself there, going, oh, I'm going to hit the barrier. No, I didn't. Which is okay, 85% of the way through, and I've smacked another barrier. I was going to say 85% of the way through, and I'm starting not to hit barriers, but obviously not the case. Going to get a drifty tap on that one. Yeah, that was a drift tap. Got a few sparks off the back end. And just a bit of a run now up to the finish line. So that's pretty decent. That's pretty respectable. And through the line, first place, job's a good one. 20 points on the board for that one. Next up, where are we going? We've got Greendale Foothills Scramble. Same settings as before. And when you do an event, you're looking for the next events, your next races in the championship. And those are normally highlighted in white on the map. So filter the map down to seasonal events and you'll be able to see them easier. And you don't have to do the second two in any particular order. I'm doing the Scramble first because I think I was closer to it. But now I'm still doing this. So yeah, when you're doing this stuff, you do an event, have a look on the map, find the right ones to see where you need to go to next. And that's what I did. And I'm at the Foothills Scramble. So we're going uphill. The last one was a bit downhill. This one's a bit more uphill. But I'm going round. I'm still hitting barriers. I'm still not sort of making a good show of it. But I'm in second place. And let's see if I can catch up with you down there. Because we're all chasing points. 20 points for a win. 16 for a second. And it just drops. Accordingly, yeah, making a few silly mistakes. And the idea is, everybody races. You get your points. And those with the most points at the end, whether it be yourself or a computer-controlled car, win the championship. So ultimately, you need 2 wins and a second place at the minimum. And I'm struggling a bit here. This is a circuit event, and I don't tend to do too well on circuit events. But I'm struggling a bit. I'm in second. Well, I'm just trying to catch up with this guy here, Stavros 9371. But we're coming up towards the end of the first lap. Let's see if I can take you on a corner, because I'm not amazing on corners. I'm pretty decent on straights. But it's when you start having corner after corner after corner, that's when I start getting stressed out and start making mistakes. So I've overtaken you. Give that a drift round there onto the gravel. That wasn't too bad. I did slow down a little bit too much, probably. However, if I didn't, I would probably end up into the side of a barrier. But lap number 2, we're looking about 1 minute 46 roughly for each lap. Okay, didn't hit the barrier, but I did slow down a little bit too much. If I'd got my traction on, if I'd got my stability on, this would have definitely stopped me. It'd have stopped me turning. This is why I turn it off for dirt racing, because when you are off-road, when you are on the dirt, when you are on the gravel, it will actually help you not having your traction stability. It sounds counterintuitive in a way. When you're on a bit more of an unstable surface, turning off the things that make you more stable actually does make you more stable, and turning the things on that make you more stable ends up slowing you down and making you less able to turn. So, yeah, that was a good one. I went round, completely stopped. But I'm still ahead of these guys. They are keeping, a bit of a push on me here. They are pretty close behind me. I get bits so I can get ahead and then they catch up. But this is normally the way with me in these games. I can gain on the straights and I end up losing on the corners. But ultimately, as long as you can get yourself into first place and stay there, you'll be alright. You can get through the championship. This is the second lap, almost completed. Taking that corner a little bit nicer, cutting the flag a little bit, but it doesn't matter because that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Maintain your speed, take out some wall, brakes down a little bit, give it a skid. There, that was alright. This would be wrong. Will I smack it? Yeah, I think I will. No, I didn't. Okay, that's alright. I am a little bit on the wobbly side on this, to be fair, because I am trying to sort of keep my foot down a little bit. Is that a drift tap? Yeah, give me a drift tap. I've got a standing opinion that if I can get a drift tap, it's not a crash. Doesn't matter what I do, go into the wall, comes up drift tap, it's a drift tap, it was planned. Not the, I'm crap at driving and end up crashing into everything ever. But this is the third lap, final lap, pulling away quite nicely on the straights as I expected to. Bit of braking here. Let's try and do this a little bit better. I didn't completely spin out on that one, so yeah, epic win. Well, it is for me anyway. I've got a bit of a gap going on, so I can live with that. And I can see the finish line on the mini-map. So that's alright. Little drift. Is that a drift tap? Take that corner, and just a case of getting your foot down now and getting up to the finish line. And we will get the second event out of the way. There you go, through the finish line, 2 for 2, jobs are good, and another 20 points on the board for that one. Next up, third event, final event, Lakehurst Woodland Scramble. I'm winning easy apparently. Yeah, I guess I am. That's when you get a decent car, decent tune, you know, it'll just work. But I'm going to stay on highly skilled for purposes of this video, so I don't really need the credits. Pulling away quite nicely here, little battle for second, and I've got Stavros again in first. So worst case scenario, I stay as I am right now and I'm in second. I'll still win this championship because I've got more points than anyone else, but I don't want that. We don't want that, do we? We don't want to get second. We don't race to come second, we race to come first. And that's what I'll be pushing on here. Got 3 laps to get round here, get past Stavros and get myself a third, first place finish. Give it a bit of a skid, you can chuck it around quite well at that point. And show off skill, which is a drift and a pass skill whilst racing. I did almost stop on that one, but so did they. I'm just coming around here now, onto the road bit, and it's normally when I lose it when I get off the dirt and onto the road. But I'm okay for that one. I've handled that okay. So let's have a fly round here, and let's get this event out of the way. Have I missed a checkpoint? Yeah, I did. I wasn't sure about that, because sometimes you go around and you clip the flag, and it works. But sometimes it doesn't. So I've hit the rewind, and let's take that a little bit better. And I've got the finish line up here, so that's the end of the first lap. 2 more laps to do after that. We're looking about 1.5 minutes a lap. So that's alright, no sort of problems there. Around that corner, didn't go into a barrier, always a good sign. And just keep your foot down really, just keep going. It's on the road section, and this Celica is a nice car. I've used it quite a few times for championships for dirt racing, and it does work really, really well. And it's very cheap to get. The 92 version's good, but when you're looking at the 2 cars side by side, there's not much difference in the performance when you start tuning them up. It's just one of those, if you're a collector, it's always a good car to have. Although I always recommend this one for its into a barrier. No, but anyway, I always recommend these cars, this 94, simply because it's cheaper to get. It's easier to get, it's cheaper to get. And it does work. It's a cool little car. I've obviously tuned it up. Now I've got the massive Forza racing wing on the back to give me a bit better stability. Brakes down. Don't miss the flag. Right, okay. Didn't miss the flag. Good. Almost stopped, but I didn't miss the flag. I've got the finish line up here. So again, we're pushing up here about 1.5 minutes per lap. So I can't sort of complain there. And this is the third lap. This is a final lap. The last bit you need to do in order to complete this championship. So yeah, it's not too bad. Autumn's pretty respectable. PR stunts pretty easy. Championships, nothing which is sort of giving too many sort of problems. Into a barrier again. But I'm back onto the mud now. I'm onto the dirt, so let's go. I've got a decent bit of a gap, so I should be okay for this. This case, I get my foot down and just absolutely hammer it. Where are they? Honestly, where the hell are they? Yeah, I can't even see them when I spin round on the mini-map. That is bad. Into the barrier. Can I see them? Oh, there you are. Yeah, you're a bit far back from me. It's one of those where I don't always gain on the road sections, but on the mud I can tend to fly past all of these other cars. So that's pretty straightforward. That's not really sort of a worry. Final corner, and then it's just a hard accelerate up to the end. Hit the flag, right? Don't miss the flags. I don't fancy it in rewind again. Not that it matters. It's not like on Forza Motorsport 5 where you get penalised for rewinds. But that's another first place finish. 3 for 3, 60 points on the board. And that's that championship completed. Retro Tourism complete. There you go. Told you. Bing, bing, bing. Different levels of completion, but highly skilled is the only one that will get you the Toyota Celica 92. That's what it is. That's a car. You get some credits, some XP, and that is that. What do you think about it? It's a good championship, bad championship? What do you reckon? If you like Forza, which you obviously do because you're watching this stuff, have a look at my other content. I'll pop it up on screen now. Until next time, thank you for watching. Take it easy and happy driving.